It's not in my notes, but I'll tell you it just on a personal level. My first grade teacher, Mrs. Frances Wilson, God rest her soul, attended my law school graduation. I love our teachers. I love our teachers. I love our teachers. I know we have a number of students today as well. Let's see all the students who are here. There you There we are. So congratulations to you and your classmates on getting close to finishing up the school year. You made it. And so I think about this subject of our yellow school buses in that regard. Because think about it, yellow school buses are our nation's largest form of mass transit. How about that? Every day, so yes, and let's applaud because it gets them where they need to go. And 95% of our nearly 500,000 school buses, now here's the point, run on diesel fuel. Diesel exhaust is a poison. Breathing diesel fumes can cause headaches and nausea. It can worsen asthma and chronic bronchitis. It can even elevate the risk of cancer. If your child rides the bus half an hour to school and half an hour back every day from the first day of kindergarten to high school graduation, they will experience the equivalent of 90 full days of exposure to diesel exhaust. And these fumes do not just threaten the health of our children, they also threaten the future of our planet. Diesel exhaust is a greenhouse gas. And every year, our nation's fleet of school buses adds millions of tons of carbon dioxide to our atmosphere. Yet for far too long, the danger posed by diesel school buses to our planet and to our children has not received the attention it deserves. And that is why your voices, all of you here, why your voices have been so important. Because you see, electric buses, they don't produce tailpipe emissions. What's the point there? Well, tailpipe emissions irritate the nose and eyes. They increase susceptibility to respiratory illness and accelerate our climate crisis. And this afternoon, we had, many of us, the administrator and a number of us, the opportunity to be inside of an electric school bus. And it was fantastic. The press actually rode on an electric school bus, just so you know. So I think they got the real inside feeling for what this means, right? And so what we all experienced is on an electric school bus, on an electric bus, no exhaust, no diesel smell. I just met a young leader, V, who was talking about everything that she can smell and what she knows in terms of the smell of pollution. And you know how you usually have to raise your voice to be heard when you're on an idling bus? This bus ran quiet. Now, I've spoken to a number of drivers, for example, who have recently switched to electric buses, and they stressed the importance of a quiet engine, which is much bigger than just you can have a conversation and hear each other. It helps the drivers hear the road, which of course helps keep our children safer. Electric school buses are also safer for our children's health and a more sustainable planet. This investment, we believe, will be transformative for so many people. Transformative for the parents of children with asthma and other respiratory illnesses who will soon be able to walk their child to the bus stop without worrying that the diesel fumes could trigger an asthma attack. For those of us who have had to take a child to the emergency room because of asthma, we know what that fear feels like, what it means. Transformative for the teachers working bus duty who will no longer have to stand in a cloud of exhaust while they're saying goodbye to their students. I heard the teachers. Transformative for the school districts that will be able to use the money that they would have had to spend filling up the buses with gas to instead hire more teachers, to raise salaries, or to renovate classrooms. And renovate those classrooms, not at this school, but at many schools around the country that are in desperate need of repair. And this investment will be transformative also for the workers of our nation. It will create good paying jobs in communities across our nation. You know, today already, thousands of American workers are doing this work. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. It's the work of building the frames and the batteries and the tires for these buses. Highly skilled work, highly trained individuals doing this work right here at home. In fact, last year I visited the Thomas Built Buses factory in North Carolina and talked with members of United Auto Workers, Local 5287, who built the bus that I just was on. I toured their factory floor and spoke to electricians and engineers and machinists and mechanics. And we talked about what we're all talking about right now. Electric school buses and electric vehicles in general are the future. You know, I've been, among the many things that I do as vice president, meeting with world leaders. I was just earlier today on a call with President Macron of France. Earlier this week, I was in the United Arab Emirates. The president and I just hosted the president of Finland and the prime minister of Sweden. One of the things that we talk about often with pride about who we are as America is we really do think about the future. And how can we be smart in investing in the future? And one of the things that I love about this issue and what you all are doing here in this community is it is about an investment in the future, knowing one, that when we invest in our children, we're investing in the future. And when we invest in innovation, when we invest in the future of America's workforce, when we invest in building the skills of America's workforce, we are investing in the future. These things are all connected. But the future is not inevitable. We have to build it together. We have to do this together. And so let us continue to do what we are doing. So thank you all again for what you have done and what you will continue to do. May God bless you and may God bless America. Thank you all.